This section is about doing things with parts of lists. A basic function for picking out parts of lists is the part function. For example, this shows the part function picking out element 2 in a list. The part function is so common that there's a special notation for it using double square brackets. So for example, this also picks out element 2 in a list. Negative part numbers can be used to specify elements counting from the end of a list. For example, this uses -2 as the part number to pick out the second element from the end of a list. It's possible to pick out several parts at once by giving a list of part numbers. For example, this picks out parts 2, 4, and 5 from a list and returns the result in another list. It's also possible to pick out a whole range or span of elements by putting 2 semicolons between the part numbers that give the ends of the span. For example, this picks out parts 2 through 5 in a list. Another way to pick out a range of elements is with the take function. For example, this takes the first 4 elements of a list. This uses -2 as the part number to take the last 2 elements in a list. Just as in the part function, negative part numbers in the take function count from the end of the list. A related function is drop, which drops elements from a list. For example, this drops the last 2 elements in a list. So far the examples have all involved flat lists, but similar methods work for picking out parts of arrays, which are lists of lists. As an example of an array, this shows a 3x3 array displayed as a grid. Each sublist in that list of lists acts as a row in the array. This picks out the second sublist, which is the second row in that array. Additional part numbers can be included to pick out elements within a sublist. For example, this picks out element 1 in row 2 of that array. It is also often useful to pick out columns in an array. This picks out the first column in that array by getting element 1 in all rows. The word all is used in place of a part number to indicate all rows. The position function finds the list of positions of something in a list or in an array. For example, this uses the position function to find that D appears at position 2, 1 in an array, so D is element 1 in row 2 of the array. The result from position is a list of positions. In that example, D appears only once in the array, so the result is a list with only one element. Here's an example where position is used to find the position of X in an array and where X appears at several positions in that array. The result is a list giving all of those positions. This uses the characters function to break a string up into characters and position to get the positions of the letter A in the resulting list of characters. This gives the positions at which 0 occurs in the digit sequence of 2 to the power 500. Applying flatten turns the result into a flat list of part numbers rather than a list of lists. For reference, here is that sequence of digits. The result from position shows that 0 appears at position 7, 9, 19, 20, and so on in that sequence of digits. The function replace part can be used to replace parts of a list. For example, this replaces part 3 in a list with X. The second argument in replace part specifies the replacements. The arrow pointing to the right in the replacement is entered by typing a dash followed by a greater than character. The second argument in replace part can also be a list of replacements. For example, this replaces part 3 in a list with X and part 5 with Y. Here is a more complicated example. The characters function in this example produces a list of characters, and table and random integer are used to generate a list of replacements that replace 5 randomly chosen parts with 2 dashes. Sometimes it is useful to simply drop parts of a list. One way to do that is by replacing those parts with the name nothing, which disappears when the enclosing list is entered as a calculation. For example, this shows 2 appearances of nothing being dropped from a list. This shows replace part used to replace parts 1 and 3 in a list with nothing, which causes those parts to disappear from the list. As a simple application of replacing parts with nothing, this input uses /@ to map a pure function over a list of 50 words chosen at random from word list. The pure function replaces words longer than 5 characters with nothing and uses string reverse to reverse words with 5 or fewer characters. Parts replaced with nothing are then dropped to get the result. There are many other more specialized functions for working with parts of lists. For example, as generalizations of the take function, which takes elements based on position, the take largest and take smallest functions take elements based on size. For example, this uses the take largest function to find the 5 largest numbers in the result from range of 20. The first argument in take largest is the original list, and the second argument is the number of elements to take. This shows the take smallest function giving the 5 smallest elements in the result from range of 20. Take largest and take smallest take parts that are numbers based on the size of each number. Two related functions are take largest by and take smallest by, which take parts based on applying a function to each part. For example, this uses take largest by to pick out the 5 largest elements in a list of Roman numerals based on the string length of each Roman numeral. Array and Roman numeral are used here to get a list of 100 Roman numerals. The second argument in take largest by is the function to apply to each element. Applying the string length function has the effect of taking elements based on string length. The last argument in take largest by specifies the number of elements to take. That's the end of the examples for this section. To summarize, here is the programming vocabulary from this section. The examples included various ways of picking out parts of lists, the position function for getting the positions of things in a list, and the replace part function for replacing parts in lists. More information about functions for working with parts of lists can be found in the Wolfram Language and System Documentation Center by clicking the Core Language Instructor button and selecting Lists from the menu that pops up, which brings up this guide page, which includes links to general functions for working with lists. From this page there is a link to Elements of Lists, which brings up another guide page which has links to functions more specifically for working with parts of lists. Here are the exercises from the end of this section. As an example, consider exercise 31.9. Make a list of the first 100 primes, dropping ones whose first digit is less than 5. One of many methods of doing this is to modify the example in which elements were dropped from a list by replacing those elements with nothing. For reference, here is that example. This example works by mapping a pure function over a list. Rather than dropping elements from a list of random words, the goal in this exercise is to drop elements from a list of prime numbers. This uses array and prime to generate a list of the first 100 prime numbers. Here is a pure function that uses first and integer digits to replace an integer with nothing if the first digit is less than 5. This pure function returns nothing when it is applied to an integer with first digit less than 5, and returns the integer if the first digit is not less than 5. Using /at to map that pure function over the list of prime numbers gives a solution to the exercise.